Yo, what's good, fam? Back at it, man. Today is Saturday, and we got one day left out the week. Man, had a good week again. I think I had one of my best weeks since I've been with this company. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is. Started probably, I think, in March. It's August now, so about 4-5 months. So anyway, all right, fam. We're gonna talk about this today. Something that you hear a lot in trucking. Okay, company drivers versus owner operators. Which one is best? All right, boom. You know, I got you. Let's break it on down. Check it out. Okay, so company drivers, both of them have their benefits, their pros and cons. Both of them have their pros and cons. Company drivers, boom, is a couple of pros about company driver. I think longevity. If you're gonna be in the game 20, 30 years, I think company driver would be the way to go. If you like insurance, health insurance. If health insurance is important to you, that's the biggest reason to go company driver, because you got to find your own health insurance on the op. You have things that on company driver side, the pros are 401k matching, stocks, things like that. Company drivers also, your taxes are taken out immediately. You don't have to worry about having a difficult doing taxes, like itemizing, stuff like this. And when you want to purchase a major purchase, it's kind of like a regular job, like your check. Everything is just state the taxes coming out. So those are the pros. Those are most of the pros with company driving. Now the cons to company driving, there's not a lot of home time. Most companies want you they give you like a day and a half per week you work. So you got to work 2 weeks just to get 3 days off at home time. 3 weeks to get 4 days. You know what I'm saying? And it's like clockwork. You got to go right. You have to go back to work, or they could A, possibly fire you if you don't be going back on time or have a good reason. B, they can take your truck from you, then make you wait for another truck. So that's a con to me. It could be a pro though. It could put some hustle in your game to get your money up. Especially if you're new. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be taking too much time off if you're trying to come up. And most people start out trucking broke. You know what I'm saying? All right. So another con is with most companies, you can't accept your load. If they tell you to pick up a load, they pick up at 10 o'clock at night, you have to do that load. Or if they say, hey, it's going to Washington, if it's some weather, you got to do that load. Now, if it's snowing or something, you can always shut down for safety reasons. They cannot make you drive, if it's unsafe conditions. But they gonna tell you to pick up this load, and it might be a load picking up at midnight. You want to get some sleep. So those are the cons to me, right? But all in all, most people are company drivers. Another pro is you always, whatever your paycheck is, that's your money. You don't have no overhead. You don't have to worry about paying for fuel. You don't have to worry about oil changes, tires, or tolls, And if you break down, the company will put you in a hotel on them, Everything's paid for you, company driver-wise. Now, flip-flop that on the operator side, shit, the exact opposite. The company ain't paying for nothing. You pay for everything. You pay for tires. You pay for oil changes, fuel, hotels. drug tests, random drug tests, and anything that you can think of. If it costs money, if you're owner operator, it's your expense. All right, but I'm gonna start with the pros though. The pros now on the owner operator side is you get paid more money. You get paid more money if you run 2,500 miles as a company driver. If they paying 60 cents to an owner operator, your check gonna be bigger as an owner operator. It is. If you know halfway what you know at, you feel in the cheap states, find the fuel for a decent price. You don't just idle the truck forever. If it's a beautiful, nice, cool night, don't idle 8 hours of that away. Save that gas money right there. Like, people just be idling like crazy. So you'll be making more money a week at the same amount of miles, and a truck payment will be coming out to a truck. You'll be buying a truck at the same time. So that's a pro. All right. Another pro is with owner operator. You set your schedule. You can work a week, go home a week. They can't say nothing to you. You paying for that truck. You know what I mean? You an owner operator. You know what I'm saying? You really a lease operator, but it's the same thing. So that's a good thing. Where they want to send you on a load, you can decline loads because you're a business. They're going to say this load is going here paying such as much amount of money. You say yay or nay. Now, some companies put you on flat rate, like mile plus fuel surcharge. So that's a pro to me. Another pro, you get your money tax-free. You know what I'm saying? If your check $2,000, boom, they giving you $2,000. Then ain't no taxes coming out your check. Quick, easy way to get money quick. And then end of the year, file your taxes. And then this is a way you can write off. And then you get to write off all your fuel, all that fuel you paid for. You might made $150,000. But you can write that down. You can write that down low as $50,000, 60, 40 if you want. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a big pro. Now the cons with company driver, owner op is the repairs and expenses. You can have $20,000 in the bank. You think you're doing good. Next thing you know, transmission go out. That's 10, 12 grand. That done took over half your money right there. So a con with owner operator, you never know how much money you really got. To be honest, to keep it stacked, bruh. You never know how much money you got. You can have 30 grand in the bank and your engine can go out. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta do it. Or just get the truck up. So, it's riskier, there's more money in it, and there's more flexibility. You can kind of play with your money and with the taxes and what you're gonna pay. Alright, so those are cons. A pro and a con. I call this one a pro and a con. Is the home time deal in the schedule. It's a pro because you like to have the flexibility to go home whenever you want, as long as you want. But it's also a con because once you get like 15 grand, you start to get, you start to slow down. You like, man, I ain't about to go to work today. I got 15 stacks, bills paid. You kind of can lose some of that grind in you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pro or a con, how you look at it. Yeah. So I think, but I don't think you can go wrong either way. The way I did it was, I got on the truck with my trainer for a month. Then I did my contract out with the company I started with, CRST. After 9 months, and I went straight on owner operator. And I've been an owner operator ever since. I've never been a company driver since after my first year I started. And I've been doing this about 18 years. I ended up buying a big, nice house, had cars paid for, money, you know what I'm saying? And it was sweet for me, but I'm very good business side. Not only am I a good driver and got stamina on that, I got business side to me also. Everybody ain't built the same, you know what I'm saying? But I spent a lot of money, ran up a lot of credit keeping them trucks fixed. So that's that, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for hollering at me, man. Hey, I'm gonna have more trucking videos and stuff. I'm also gonna put out more videos about financial and stuff. If you can, you know, hit subscribe for me, leave a fave, man, and everybody be blessed. I'm out. Keeping in between them lines.